Hey guys, welcome back. This is Hope with Rooted Recovery once again. I hope you guys had a wonderful weekend and are having a great week. It's finally warmed up here a little bit more permanently, so I've been outside working at my parents' house for the past few days. We had our first sermon back from Easter season back at church. We attend Mission Church. Our pastor is John Peacock, or at least the pastor for the sermon this past weekend. But he talked about weeds in relationships, and it really, really resonated with me, particularly a part about resentment. So that's what we're going to be talking about today is resentment. Another really hard topic and another one that can really hold us back from our true potential. And that's why I want to talk about it today. So what is resentment? Well, according to Merriam-Webster, the definition of resentment is a feeling of indignant displeasure or persistent ill will at something regarded as a wrong, insult, or injury. Now, I don't know about you guys, but there's been quite a lot of things I have resented in my life. And whether that be with, friends, family, past relationships, romantic interests, a boss, a coworker, an employee. In essence, this person hurt you or did something that did not sit well with you and you held a grudge. However, according to God's word, Hebrews 12:14 through 15 reads, "Strive for peace with everyone, and for the holiness without which no one will see the Lord. See to it that no one fails to obtain the grace of God, that no root of bitterness springs up and causes trouble." We're implored to strive for peace with everyone. So that means anyone you encounter. We're putting a barrier in between us and God, right? Who are we to hold resentment and to hold negativity against someone when God doesn't do the same? A lot of us women like to hold on to drama or hang on to those little threads that make us feel something, right? But I'm finding that it's really not worth it. And yes, it's important to seek advice and seek counsel from those that are wiser than us or those that we trust. However, again, there's a fine line between negative speech and talking down on somebody and gossip and rumors and lies than seeking advice and informing somebody of something important. It can make you sick. It can make you physically ill, stressed, nervous, anxious, to be holding in all of these secrets and all of this information that you don't need to. Again, another super freeing thing that God has provided us with the freedom of. This resentment, this negativity, this gossip, these rumors, these lies, and harboring all of that in your heart and mind is not getting you any closer to God, sweetheart. See to it that no one fails to obtain the grace of God, being the hands and feet of Jesus and emanating that of someone that is magnetic and someone that people want to draw nearer to and figure out, why are they so happy? Why are they so filled with joy all the time? Why are they able to let go of those that have done wrong to them? How are they able to forgive themselves? You want people to be wondering how you were able to accomplish those things. Not only is that fulfilling, but you're doing something right with God if people are recognizing those things in you, and that no root of bitterness springs up and causes trouble. Being bitter is in the definition of resentment. It's holding on to those things that we think are protecting ourselves, or that we think are blackmail, or that we think are important to learn a lesson from. None of that matters. It's important that we put those things behind us, forgive those that did us wrong, and move forward. Now, do you want to fall in the same trap again? Absolutely not. But I think there's a very fine line between holding resentment and learning from those negative experiences. I think a lot of times, at least in my life, and this might not be something that you can relate to, but I really hope it is, I hold on to the resentment or some sort of wrongdoing or some sort of thing that somebody did to me that wasn't maybe appropriate or wasn't a positive experience, I hold on to these things as like little tokens. And like, first of all, what is the point? Like, that's like, let's say, dusting all your shelves, putting it in a bag, and then just putting it in the corner and not throwing it away. There is absolutely no point in hanging onto those things. It's just going to continue to cause me and you further turmoil, and you're just going to continue to, find different outcomes for like, oh, like, why did this happen this way? Like, I should have done this. Like, let it go. It's truly incredibly freeing when we're able to give all of that up and just release it. What? Release them. It is a curse, thinking in memes. I keep these awful things that people did to me as tokens in my back pocket that I can pull out for later use, like as if it's like a lesson or something that I can apply to a situation that I encounter later on. Sure, did I learn something from that experience? Absolutely, and it could be positive or a negative thing. However, holding on to it, holding on to the grudge, holding on to that person that did me wrong, or that thing that that person did to do me wrong, is not doing me any good. As Christians, I think we have an opportunity, I like to call it, an opportunity, but also the privilege of feeling free of those burdens and of that resentment. It continues to be this prolonged hurt, and that doesn't need to stick with us. So I think in this and in that relationship with Jesus, it is like an amazing opportunity that we've been given to, once again, free yourself of that grip, that resentment, that grudge, that wrongdoing that person has on you. So something that I'm going to do this weekend, I'm hoping to get together with a few other people and make this happen. Basically take all my tokens, right? Take all of my resentments, writing those things down, having a bonfire with some friends, having them do the same, friends, family, whoever it may be, or by yourself. You can have a small contained fire and a candle even if you want to, just be safe. But writing those things down and burning them, getting rid of them for good. I can't wait to hear about your guys' bonfires and the things that you were able to rid yourself of, or at least in an attempt to. I think it's a start. Recognizing that it's there is the start, and then we just got to get rid of it. Because then we can truly move on and be more like Jesus. That's the goal. Pastor John Peacock this weekend talked about weeds and weeds in relationships. I'm going to be putting that sermon in the description, at least a link to the sermon in the description box below so that you guys can check that out. It's going to be an absolutely amazing series, and he kind of inspired this talk today. None of these things I go over ever in these videos is going to be easy or is going to happen in a day, or do I have down or nailed down to anything, or am I perfect in any way? Absolutely not. Like, the reason I'm going over these things is I'm discovering them as I'm reading the Bible, one, and listening to those that are wiser than me. And that things that I want to work on and hold myself accountable to. If I have a video saying that, I know this is what I should be doing and I'm not doing it, I'm going to look back on that and be like, hey girl, like, hold yourself accountable. You said that you were going to work on this. You said these things to be true and you're not doing them in your own life. So yes, it is a tool I'm using as well. I'm not perfect. I'm certainly striving to be more like Jesus, and certainly striving to be a better Christian, a better woman, a better daughter, a better girlfriend. But that is an everyday work, as you probably already know. I appreciate you guys sticking around for this chat today. Today we're going to be building a garden bed, something that it was in my last video, but I found on the curb in my neighborhood. And funny thing is, it's already falling apart. It is made of particle board. So I kind of expected it to fall apart. I don't really expect it to last the entire season, but maybe just what I need it for, and that's totally fine. But you know what? It was a lot of fun to do, and it kind of inspired in me a want to do more, to build flower beds or vegetable beds, just raised beds in general from scratch. I'd love to be able to provide that for others, to make it easy on them. I think raised bed gardening over the past few years has like boomed, but for good reason. It's way easier to contain what you have going on, the soil structure, especially in climates and environments that are not super great for in-ground gardening. I know a lot of people that live in different places where the substrate that they live near is just not conducive with in-ground gardening, and I think it provides a lot more opportunity. It provides a lot more space and is not as space restrictive as in-ground gardening. I want everybody to be able to access produce in their own backyard, that they can feed themselves and their family. Ultimately, that's the goal. I think I'm gonna try to build my own garden bed. I've been doing a lot of work at my parents' house, and you'll see that over the next few videos here. But yeah, we're just getting excited for it to get warm out and get some plants in the ground. Welcome back. Now, I know you saw this beautiful piece of furniture in my last video, and were thinking, Hope, why is that sitting outside? Well, friend, today I'm here to tell you that there's a plan with this baby. I found this here beautiful blue dresser desk on the curb near my house. And you may be thinking, Hope, a little cute little family could have used that, you know? Somebody's daughter could have had that in their room as their vanity. But I'm here to tell you there's a plan for this baby. I saw this thing and I was like, that'd be a great garden bed. What are we doing? I mean, so that's what it's gonna be. This is gonna be my lettuce bed. Come see how. Now, my boyfriend, the little cutie that he is, gave me this professional toolbox, and I borrowed one of his Milwaukee drills. Let's see what we got. Oh, how cute. We just got the basics for all the girlies. Oh my gosh, I have a knife. Heck yeah. All right, we'll definitely need that. Or at least I think. And then probably the hammer. And that's probably it for right now. I love that guy. He gives me everything I need. So I have my 3 tools here. Hammer, box cutter or knife, and a drill with a big bit on it. So the plan here is to basically take this top off somehow, and then drill holes in the drawer, and then silicone the drawer so that it kind of stays intact. It's kind of what I had in mind. Let's get to it. All right. I think what I'm going to try to do is break the seal between the drawer and the top. We're going to see. Sometimes you cut things where you're not supposed to. All right. Next, I'm gonna try and beat the crap out of it with a hammer and see if I can release it. Well, upon further inspection, I realized that there is screws in the back. Moment of truth. Oh, hallelujah. Ta-da! I'm an idiot. You know what? This thing looked IKEA from the start. I should have known. I've encountered our next problem. So now we have this open-faced thing that I had the goal of all along. But I think I might have to remove for sure the back and then silicone the little gap that's here. Okay. Hooray! So I got this backboard out. That was screwed in too, but you know what? We love to make things harder on ourselves. So what I think I'm gonna do, because we got this gap here now, pretty sizable gap. So I think I'm just gonna lay this, once I clean all this out, obviously. Lay this back here, butt that up against it, and then silicone the seam. So that way there's no huge gaps or just a way to keep it together. I'm gonna drill holes in all of it anyway. So, all right, I'm waiting on boyfriend to get home with silicone or with caulk gun for that matter. So I'm just gonna drill the holes before I do the silicone. That way it's kind of like ready to go. All right, we got our caulk, silicone. Woo-wee. Alright, so what I ended up doing, because this drawer was pulling away and there was too big of a gap to silicone, is I put this clamp here. I couldn't find the real one that I was looking for, but this worked, I guess. And it closed that gap just enough, and I know this looks like crap. I'm well aware. But you know what? It's sealed together, and that's all that matters. So now all the gaps are sealed. We have our holes drilled out. We'll be ready to fill this tomorrow. I am on my way to our local municipality parking lot. They have like a lot sitting, and my uncle posted on Facebook that they actually have a free mulch corral for like free community mulch. So it's basically any waste that the professionals used to take down brush, trees, and chopped up into little baby pieces or bullshit, and give it back to the community. So really, really cool thing for you to check. Excuse me, sorry. Really cool thing for you to check out potentially. Like, look at your local municipality's Facebook page or website, and you can see if they have a program like that, because you can certainly take advantage of it and use it to your advantage for your raised beds, or you know, whatever you want to use it for, your yard, landscaping, whatever it may be. super cool. My mom has also used Chip Drop. That was a good resource for her. They just dropped off wood chips that, again, they were not going to use or were going to sit in a pile for a long time and rot away. So she was able to use that for her yard. But yeah, there's really cool resources out there. You don't always have to go purchase something at the store. You can kind of like look into it yourself and see what is out there and available for you to use for free. So definitely more cost efficient than going and buying it, that's for sure. But we are pulling up here. Really, really silly. I was not prepared to do this today, so I'm just literally gonna fill an Aldi bag with books. But this is what we got here. Super cool. So that is about as much as I think I'll need. It's not too much, but they even leave a shovel over here for you. So you got this big slab here full of mulch. So super nice resource that we're able to use in our community. Yeah, I filled the bag up. I'm gonna take this back home. Thank you guys so much for joining me today. I hope you liked the video, even if the bed falls apart. It's okay, but I'll catch you guys in the next one. God bless you all.